Hey Beauty Squad, it's your girl TeeTee, LaTanya Kristina. Welcome back to my channel of all things life, love, and beauty. I hope you guys are continuing to stay warm, stay dry. Here in LA, it's been raining, but it did stop the other day. Thank God. There was a little bit of snow. People panicked. We're just overly dramatic here at times, but I'm just glad it's not raining. It hasn't rained in a few days and there's no rain in sight. So we'll get back to those 70-degree temperatures that we're more accustomed to during the winter. So happy about that. But anyway, today I am going to share my simple foundation routine for my ladies over 40. I have friends that just don't want to do layers and layers of products and bake and do all that. And they want to do something, you know, just something quick and simple. And sometimes, you know, depending on the day or the week or whatever I have going on, I commute to work and I take the train. And that means that I have to get up super early and my makeup has still got to get done. I just don't do as much. And the other day I did the quickest foundation routine. I got so many compliments on my complexion from the foundation that I'm like, oh my goodness. It was so quick and so easy, didn't require any baking, you know, not a lot of powder products, not a lot of cream or liquid products. It was just boom, boom. I was just in and out. So I'm like, you know what? This might be the answer that my ladies over 40 are looking for who don't want to layer products or just don't have time to do that. So I'm updating my foundation routine today to help those ladies, all of us, you know, over 40 who just don't want to do all those steps that it requires, you know, for foundation and concealer and powders and baking and all that. I get it. I understand it, because sometimes in the morning I still gotta look good and I will still pop in some lashes when I go to work, but sometimes you just try to minimize, you know, as much as you can. So that's what I'm going to bring you guys today. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to make some suggestions along the way as well too. But before we get into this simple, I'm going to call it flawless foundation routine for my ladies over 40. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell so you know when my videos have been uploaded. You're already here. You're here. You might as well just watch, continue, enjoy, tell your friends, shout it from the rooftops. Please like, comment, tell your family, tell your friends. TeeTee is on. Gotta go check her out. So without further ado, let's get into this foundation routine. All right, y'all ready for this? This simple, flawless foundation routine for my ladies over 40. So before you even begin to apply foundation, you must determine the type of foundation that you want. And I would say, you know, even though I have oily skin, my skin is just oily, period. And it's dry now because it's just the weather and it's just dry. But I think for us, we need to, for women over 40, you need to really find a foundation that is luminous or dewy, nothing that's really matte or too matte or soft matte, unless your skin is oily. But if you're more on the dry side, then you definitely want something, you know, more luminous, you know, I'm going to say. So I have a couple of recommendations that'll cover all spectrums. For a high-end foundation, this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Foundation. I love this foundation. It's almost half gone. That's how much I love this foundation. It holds well. I've got to use a powder with it because, again, I'm oily. But I think for a nice, you know, dewy finish, this definitely I would recommend. Probably my favorite foundation is the Lancome Tint Ideal. I am 460 in this, and I'm 8.5 in the Armani. And I love this foundation. This is like my Pat McGrath palettes. I use this for a special occasion because I just love this foundation. I'm a fan of stick foundations, the Vanish from Hourglass and the Bobbi Brown one. Cream ones, you know, again, if you go cream or luminous, you know, for my ladies over 40, you can't go wrong with these. Now, some of the ones that I've tried recently, I'm still on the fence with, is the Vanish Liquid Hourglass foundation, and I am shade Golden Amber in this one. And I've used it since I've purchased it. I'm just still on the fence with it for God only knows whatever reason. And then for for myself, or even those that are oily, there's a Fenty, and then there's the Can't Stop Won't Stop from NYX. So in the Can't Stop Won't Stop, I'm Golden Honey, and in Fenty, I'm 370. So, and also another foundation, drugstore foundation that I like is the L'Oreal Infallible, and I am 500 in this one, and I like this one. So those are just a couple of, you know, recommendations of foundations that, you know, I'd be like, okay, you know, you should probably, you know, give those a try. But what I picked up the other day, what started this foundation process, was I picked up my MAC Studio Fix. And I hadn't used it in a while because I have so many other foundations and they all serve a different purpose. And I picked this up and I used this along with one other product, two other products on my face. And then I was pretty much done. You know, again, I had to get up early and I didn't have time to really do all that I needed or wanted to do. So we're going to use this today, MAC Studio Fix, which I'm sure we all have, which is probably their best foundation. And I'm NC45 in this. So we're going to do this. We're going to use that foundation. And so let's just get started. You need to moisturize for sure. And the moisturizer that I've been using that came to me, it was given to me by LaFair Revitalizing Moisturizer. And it's ageless skin. So that in and of itself was enough for me. And I've been using this for about a week, and I tell you, the texture on this, let's look at this. The texture on this is creamy. It's like butter, and we all know I like butter. My face has been, you know, unusually dry, and again, it's probably because of, you know, it's winter and the, you know, and the weather. But this, oh my God, it doesn't have a smell, which is a plus, because I'm just moisturizers that have smells, I'm just like, okay. And you just kind of want to get that in. Oh my God. I'm like, and I got this, I was out of moisturizer, and when it came, and I'm reading, you know, the ingredients, and I'm going, it's, you know, mostly all natural ingredients, but I like the way it made my skin feel. So I would definitely recommend the LaFair Revitalizing Moisturizer. Okay, so then, because I like to just be extra sometimes, I went and added some of my Marc Jacobs Do You drops. I mean, they've got this, you know, coconut scent. I've used this a couple of times before. Here, I mean, look at that. It's got a coconut, you know, smell to it. So if you don't like coconut, you probably are not going to like this. And I just kind of put it on the high points here in the T-zone area, just to kind of give me a little, you know, extra. Like, yeah. Once you get past the smell, I think it's like perfectly fine. And then I'll add a little bit here. Oh yeah. Move my mirror closer, because I'm like, it's all the way over there. Yeah, I really like this. So again, and I think he has another one that's rose gold. I can never seem to find that one. It seems to always be sold out, but I like that one a lot. So I would definitely recommend this, you know, the Do You Dew Drops, just for a little, you know, extra added glow. All right, foundation, Studio Fix. Let's do this. All right, so I took this much out, though I don't think I'm going to need that much, but I forgot how good this is, you know, again, because I have so many, you know, other foundations. I was like, okay, I need to use this. And this foundation, the Studio Fix, comes in, oh God, I'm sure more than 40 shades. MAC has definitely been one of the first, if not revolutionary, and, you know, decades ago, being, you know, inclusive and including everyone, shade range and all that, with everybody. So I'm sure you'll find your range, your undertone, all that is important, when picking a foundation. You and sometimes, you'll find out your undertones. I tend to be warm or neutral. You could be red, you could be olive. I mean, there's definitely, a lot of, different ways, different undertones. And, sometimes when you have a broader shade range, it will help you narrow that down a significant amount. And truth be told, when I look at other foundations, I usually can gauge by this NC45 what color I am. I know this color, it's in my memory. So when I'm looking at foundations, I'm like, that don't look like NC45. Then I'm kind of like, no, I know that's probably not the right one for me. And see, I mean, look at it, just goes on seamlessly. And I'm going, why have I not used this foundation? I mean, it's just nice. You guys notice my hair? This is my hair, my natural hair, and I took my weave, my closure out because I needed to give my hair a break. And I was very gray, so of course I had to dye the gray, which I did, and very happy. So I'm going to leave it out for a little bit. I believe in giving my hair a break, as I think, we all should, but I know a lot of people don't, and I get it. I totally get it, and I understand it. Now see how good that looks? Actually, I'll bring you guys in a little closer. So that is, I mean, it's just nice. And a little goes a long way. And I believe that with foundation, because you don't want to overdo it on your foundation because it will come out cakey sometimes and look plastery. I just took like a little dab. All that I put on there, this is still, what I have left. So there's still a considerate amount, left on my hand. So just kind of buff this out. I mean, as I add more, just a tiny bit more. Then I went in. Now let me tell you what I have on my eyes today that I recommend. For a lot of women over 40 who don't like a lot of color, I reviewed this a couple videos ago, and I like this palette. This is the NARS Skin Deep palette. And I went in today with this color here, and these two colors here. I mixed them together, and that's what's, on my lid here. But this is a good, warm, neutral palette for those who don't like a lot of color. If you're not going to wear purples and pink, this damn thing is still hard to open. Purples, pinks, greens, and all that. It's still a very nice, warm, neutral palette with a little pop of color, but that's really subtle color compared to other palettes. So that's what I'm wearing today, because this is what I put on the other day. And then what I did is I went in with my Studio Fix again, the powder foundation, NC45. I went in with this, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on, I forgot to do my concealer. Oh please. It seems like it's a lot of MAC products, but these are some products that I just hadn't used in a while. So before we put the powder, let's just do some concealer first. I forgot. And I, like some, I have some bags under my eyes. And this is a concealer. This is NC44. So this is a little lighter. It's actually much lighter than my foundation that I use, but I like it. It's thin, and it's not real thick and pasty, which is why I wasn't a fan of the Tarte Shape Tape. So all right, then you just want to blend it in with your beauty blender. Actually, you know what I did the other day is I blended it with a foundation or a concealer brush is what I did. And I don't know what the hell I did with that brush since then. I set it down, so it's probably over here, I'm sure. I just don't know what I did with it. But you want to try to concentrate your concealer just here, because it's just going to highlight, you know, your under eye area. What you want to do, take it up. I take mine up just right to the, as high as I can take it. I have more space, you know, that I need to cover, so that's really kind of why, you know, I do that. Yeah. All right. And that was all, that was it. Then I went in with my Studio Fix NC45. And I grabbed this big flat head brush. It's a Morphe brush, a E54. And I just kind of, you know, tap it in there, tap out the excess. I went over just like this. You know, some would say, you know, powder on liquid. It worked for me a couple days ago. It was easy breezy, in and out. And it just kind of finishes you out. Now you could use probably a setting powder here, but again, I had this because it was here, it was close, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this, and it worked. All right, and you see, I'm kind of pressing it into my face. All right, easy. Added some bronzer because that's just what I do. I use bronzer. I love bronzer. So I took a little bronzer. Gonna add some a light little contour. And this is a step you don't have to do. Again, but because I didn't, you know, bake, you know, and do a couple other things, it cut my time, and I was able to toss on some lashes too and be done. So this will kind of warm you up a little more, you know, I would say. Yeah, just kind of warm you up a little bit. And again, you don't necessarily have to do this step. You can stop, you know, after you put on the powder all over and really be done with that. So I'm going to finish up my look. I added some lipstick and I did wear lashes to stay again because I had the time to do it. So I'll finish that up and I'll be right back. Yes, I added red lipstick because I was feeling red lipstick, and it's one of my favorite lipsticks from MAC. It's Rocker from MAC. My girlfriend Andrea and I love this color. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's a deep red, but it's a matte, and it's got these little flecks of green and other shimmery colors in it. And yes, I added some lashes, the Yvette's from House of Lashes. And again, because my foundation routine consisted of the Studio Fix and the powder. And we'll just say the Bobbi Brown, you know, bronzer. And I was done. I couldn't believe, I liked how it came out, and it was quick. And, you know, as I've said before, sometimes when you use products by the same brand, meaning MAC on MAC, you know, sometimes the products are formulated the same and they just kind of complement each other a little better. And maybe that's why that particular combination for me worked, is the Studio Fix liquid and then the powder to kind of set me on top of that, because I'm oily. Now for those who are dry, I probably would just do maybe a little bit of that powder and some bronzer just to kind of tone you up a little bit. And I went with it was just a MAC Day, my Sweetest Cocoa. See, I've actually hit the pan on this. This is my favorite blush on the planet, and if MAC you ever discontinue this, and I have an extra one, but you know, I'm going to use this until this is gone. I haven't hit the pan on too many things, you know, especially anything that has a pan, but this tells you how much I really like this. So this is the finished product. Handful of products for those, you know, who don't have a lot of time and don't want to do a lot of layering of products, because I truly believe less is more myself. I don't wear a lot of products. I don't like to layer a lot of products. I just don't like to just keep adding on products on my face. Now, if we're going out someplace special, then, you know, I'll bake and do a couple of other things, but not too many, because I don't just wear product after product after product after product. That is just not me. Again, I take a less is more approach. And so again, you know, my ladies over 40, when you're choosing a foundation, you know, a luminous foundation, NARS has one, my Giorgio Armani has one, the Lancome one is definitely a good one. Chanel has a good one. You know, so there's a lot of good options out there, because again, you go the luminous route, it won't make you look dry or, you know, cakey. I have no creasing right now, which is crazy, because I have these little laugh lines here like a lot of us do, and I have no creasing. Now, could it be the concealer? Absolutely. I did put a little more on than I normally do, but again, applying with the beauty sponge and then going in with the powder helps set it, and I didn't have that creasing there, so I was really surprised at that, and that was the biggest takeaway from this quick foundation process, was I had no creasing. So let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to make another recommendation for the NARS Skin Deep. It's a neutral palette. I did this. I like this. And then the moisturizer, the La Fer Revitalizing Moisturizer. I would definitely recommend this. So, because you got to have good skincare or good moisturizer. I don't do primers, because primers to me are just a waste. They do nothing for me because I'm oily, so I tend to stay away from them. But I will often invest in skincare, and especially a good moisturizer. And again, as we get older and our skin tends to get a little drier, you need a really good moisturizer, and this is one that I would definitely recommend. So let me know what you guys think, you know, what your foundation routine looks like and how you think you can minimize it, because I'm telling you, when you get up at 4:30, you know, in the morning, you're really not trying to do a whole lot. So please like, comment, and more importantly, like I said, you're already here, subscribe. Hello, you're already here. Don't forget to tell your family and your friends. Please tell me what you guys think. And until next time, TeeTee, aka LaTanya Kristina, is out.